Mini-Me, where'd you go? Don't you forget, we have the other WTF list to cover.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, come on, it's not gonna be that bad.
Not gonna be that bad? Have you seen these clips?
Well, in order for me to make this list properly, yes, I submitted myself to torture.
Well, I'm not gonna relive the pain, thank you very much.
Would it help if I got someone to do this with you?
Maybe.
Alright, I know someone who owes us big time for introducing us to Shoujo Tsubaki.
Howdy.
Prepare to be animated.
Wait, what?
Ah, crap. Wrong spell.
Whoa, what's going on?
We're here to cover the most disturbing and generally messed up scenes in anime that made you say WTF, to which you're gonna see some therapy after this, to which the therapists will probably need their own therapy after hearing what you've had to watch.
Oh, jeebus, why pick me for this?
Well, you had me endure some really bad anime in the past, so consider this payback. Have fun!
So, the 10 most disturbing WTF anime moments, huh?
Yep. Well, at least I have you to torture. Let's do this.
Oh boy, this one is gonna hurt.
Number 10. Nina and Alexander from Full Metal Alchemist.
Ugh, that moment. Wait, you're putting this iconic scene so early on the list? Why?
Because we've addressed this scene a lot, but it's such a messed up moment that we couldn't leave it off the list. Plus, there's also another element to this scene that we haven't addressed yet. But let's start at the very beginning of this mess.
Well, our heroes Ed and Al go live with a well-renowned alchemist named Sho Tucker, who became famous for making a talking chimera shortly after his wife and house pet disappeared. Well, gee, I wonder why. Even with his research and accomplishments, he was pushed to make another chimera or else lose his grant money. This leads him to perform one of the darkest moments in anime history.
Ed and Al return to find Tucker successful in making another chimera that could talk. But where is his daughter Nina and her dog Alexander?
Edward, why does it hurt here?
Tell me this. Where have Alexander and Nina gone to?
I hate prodigies like you, Ed. Too damn perceptive.
I usually say, oh, you sick son of a bitch right here, but I think I'll let Strider react to this one.
Why, thank you, Robin. You revolting piece of twisted human filth. Sho Tucker used his own family for his research. We get that he was pushed by the military to do his job, but they never even knew how he made the first one until now. This scene alone scarred me as a teen, and so many other viewers out there. And it has become a sick joke among the memes you see on the internet.
This devastating moment keeps getting better and better when Scar is introduced to the show. I'll be referring to the first series as I believe they did a better job with this heartbreaking scene. Scar makes his way near the scene of the crime where he finds Nina wandering around. As someone who is disgusted by dirty military alchemist, Scar kneels down and is rather shocked to see something so twisted and wrong. He pities Nina's fate and what her father did to her, so he takes it upon himself to put her to rest.
This then leads to the devastating moment when Ed sees Nina's remains splattered on the wall. The shock sinks in as this hopeful alchemist is introduced to such a dark aspect of reality. This sweet and innocent girl met with such a cruel fate by her own selfish father.
Who then turns into a creepy abomination in the first series.
Ah! Kill it with fire!
Number 9. Mirai Nikki, a battle royale kind of show where we are introduced to one of the most iconic and sick yanderes in history, Yuno Kasai.
We acknowledge from the first few episodes just what we're in for, as we know to expect even more messed up deaths and haunting imagery, especially with a disturbing character like Yuno.
But just when we thought we were ready for any kind of weird moments, the plot decides to take a break as we take a sudden left turn in the what the f*** lane.
Dinner time, love. Wakey, wakey. I I made your favorite beef stew with extra carrots. Yummy.
What the hell is this?
Oh, well, Yuno decides to kidnap Yuki out of the blue and hide him away from society, while tying him down to a chair and spoon-feeding him while she's just walking around in her underwear, while also slowly killing his friends because how dare they try to rescue Senpai.
Ugh, what?
My man needs his strength. Come on.
Number 8.
It's time for the Perfect Blue checklist.
Oh goody, with a movie revolving around an idol moving on with her career, it's going to involve some controversial moments, especially with how cruel society can be. Now let's see. Studio execs telling her to flaunt her body?
Check.
Dark hallucinations making our lead regret her decisions?
That's a check.
The obsessive fan not wanting to let go of his precious idol by any means necessary?
Oh god, check.
And lest we forget the cherry on top, the idol's manager confessing that she was behind all the hallucinations and has become so mentally warped that she is convinced that she is the real Mima as she is trying to kill the real Mima.
Is that really on the checklist?
Yes and no, because no one saw this mind coming. I guess Mima's agent really took her progression badly, kinda like with her obsessive fan, because desiring to replace the very person you are convinced you are is just insane.
This whole movie is just one giant WTF moment with every disturbing frame that appears on the screen. But this bizarre twist really takes the cake.
Number 7. Death scenes come in a wide variety in anime, giving us, the audience, numerous reactions to their creativity, tactic, and emotional setup. Usually those around who witness the death react in horrific and shocked ways that only seem natural, but what if they didn't? What if they just stood there and watched as someone was slowly, painfully, being robbed of their life?
You'd get this disturbing scene from Psychopaths. A random person is testing out a helmet that makes his actions come off clean under the Psychopaths security. To test if the helmets could work with an even more serious crime, the tester seeks out a target, a random young woman. He grabs her attention and begins to beat her senselessly with a hammer. It's scary enough seeing security measurements not being able to recognize the threat with this helmet in use, but look at everyone's reaction. They're just standing there as this poor woman is being bashed to death in a public area.
They even pull out their phones recording this horrendous act. Would you really just stand there as someone is unfairly beating someone? Or have these people become so desanitized with this system that they really don't know how to react? Regardless, this is one messed up scene that made everyone say, what the f***? Number 6. Strider, I want you to imagine you going to school.
Okay, I'm off to school.
You're surrounded by all of your friends and laugh away as you carry out this mundane chore of life.
That sounds okay so far.
Now imagine everyone around you dying a horrific and painful death while you're left as the only survivor witnessing each of your friends dying one by one.
Wait, what?
Oh, and the system thinks you did it and you're sent to the bloodiest prison park in the world.
Oh, come on! Why?
Because that's how Dead Man Wonderland starts.
Ugh, Dead Man Wonderland.
No one really knew what to expect with a show that starts off like that, but it at least prepared us for what was in store for future episodes. How are you holding up there, Strider?
Not very well, thank you.
Good! Number 5.
Akira, one of the most iconic anime movies of all time, had its fair share of frightening imagery. Tetsuo's hallucinations were nightmarish enough, but then we get to the grand finale.
Throughout the movie, Tetsuo wanted to prove that he could handle certain situations without Kaneda's help. However, when his pride and power overwhelms him, well, look!
Help me, please!
What are we even looking at in this scene? We get that his powers are getting out of control and he's allowed this to happen. But this entire famous sequence is just flat out grotesque and bizarre.
Not that this is a bad thing. The animation is very detailed and creative as we have no idea what we're seeing. It's gross and nightmare fueling, but it certainly left an impact. Number 4. Why does anime have to ruin food for us all? Anna just had to ruin cookies for us all, but then there's...
What did they ruin this time?
Lasagna. 91 Days is an intense mafia show. If you're content with Bakano and their gangs, then maybe 91 Days would be too much for you, especially with what happens here.
So we have a vengeance plot as the main character sets out to kill off every person involved in his family's murder. Seems standard enough. What does this have to do with lasagna?
We meet a gluttonous Don named Orko who is obsessed with having delicious meals, especially lasagna. He can pretty much kill you off if you don't make his lasagna like Mama used to make. Meanwhile, we have this wild character named Fango. He is going to agree to a truce as long as he gets help killing Don Orko. Well, the deed is done and Fango gets to kill him, but it gets much worse from here.
How much worse can it get when he's already dead?
How about serve him up Sweeney Todd style?
Oh, come on! They cooked him up and served him in lasagna?
A very fitting yet disturbing end for our pasta lover here. Next thing you'll know, they'll start singing Try the Priest.
Okay, now you're just making cooking even worse for me.
Number 3. From what I recall, there was a shot from Dragon Ball Z that couldn't air on regular Toonami, but they put it back during the Midnight Runs Toonami. By how they animated the shot, yeah, it's no wonder.
I never wanted to imagine being sucked dry from the inside out. But thankfully, Dragon Ball Z showed us what it'd be like. Thanks, Dragon Ball. I needed that image burned into my head. Thanks?
Number 2.
Oh, crapsicles. We have 2 left, and I've already seen more than I ever wanted to see.
Alright, maybe you need to watch something cute and magical to give your mind a rest. Here, watch this show and come right back.
Why, thank you, Robin. How thoughtful.
Oh, and don't worry, the first 2 episodes may drag a bit, but it'll really pick up episode 3. You don't want to lose your head around that.
2 hours later.
What? Mommy?
Congratulations there, Strider. You just stepped into mindfuck territory. Even though Madoka Magica started off as a cute and innocent show, episode 3 starts us off on our trail down the ominous spiral of horrific yet girly nightmares. Fact about this shot is the theory that follows. Gyubei says their bodies are just husk, as their souls are now encased in their gems. As long as the gems are fine, they could survive anything. But Mommy had her gem on her head, so the beheading may have killed her instantly because of that. But what if her gem was placed elsewhere? Would her head grow back, or would she be walking around without a head, like in that Britney Spears episode of South Park? It makes you really think, doesn't it, Strider? Strider? Before we move forward, here are some honorable mentions. And the #1 disturbing WTF moment in anime is... I can't show it. I'm sure YouTube would have a field day if I do, but I honestly can't show what goes down. Mainly because it involves a very graphic depiction of horrific rape. So instead, I'm going to have Live Strider and my live self record a reaction of us watching it.
Wait, what? So, what's this we're reacting to?
Prepare yourselves for the most disturbing moment in anime that seriously came out of nowhere and instantly made me regret making this list. Ladies and gentlemen, from the anime Tokyo Tribe 2, I present to you... Goosh Goosh!
Oh. Worst ways to die. So many bad ways to die. Oh God.
What we have just witnessed here is a gigantic blob of a person randomly f***ing a smaller person half his size, and let's just say one of these things is too big for the other. We are forced to witness a poor yet random victim slowly and painfully being f***ed to death. To death, with blood-curdling screams and everything!
I am not sure what prompted this scene to be made, but it honestly made me and a lot of people scream to the anime heavens above, what the fuck did we just watch? With how it depicts one of the worst ways to die, Goosh Goosh is without a doubt the most disturbing WTF moment in anime. Well, that was an interesting topic. Wouldn't you agree, Strider? Well said. Now I'd like to know what you guys think is the most disturbing scene that made you say WTF. I look forward to reading your comments. Before we go, I'd just like to give a big thank you to Strider for helping me host this list.
You're welcome, Robin. It was a pleasure to be here.
Again for watching. To keep you up to date with Anime America, be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even Tumblr. The best way you can support this channel for free is by sharing this video with your friends, as well as liking this video. If you wish to support us financially, we have a Patreon page, posters for sale on Store Envy, and awesome t-shirts available on Teespring. Don't forget to subscribe to Anime America for more awesome videos that you'll get instantly if you click on the notification bell. We also have another channel called Pop Spectrum, where we review anything in pop culture. More awesome videos will be on the way, so stay tuned to Anime America.